Welcome back to Nicholas Comic Corner Classic. This episode number 2045 and Doubleshot number 1939. I got two Batman-related trades, and here's the thing. Both of them feature the former Robins. Well, the first two anyways. First up is Nightwing by Peter Tomasi, subtitled Guardian of Gotham. Yeah, that's not the title of the thing. Nope. It's called Nightwing by Peter Tomasi. This pretty much is basically the two trades that collected his run. Freefall and the Great Leap basically combined into one. Yeah, they released this after they finished up releasing the final trade that collected Chuck Dixon's run for Nightwing. This book pretty much covers issues 140 to 153, and this comes right after the events of the resurrection of Ra's al Ghul, which I have covered that crossover. The first now basically just have two story arcs, and that's it here. The first story arc in here, which is called The Great Leap. Actually, it's called Freefall. The whole thing in this one is that he wants to basically break records. And throughout these issues, basically, Nightwing established base operations in New York City, which is basically the former home of the Teen Titans. Actually, he had been establishing it for quite a while. He took up a job as a museum curator at the Cloister Museum. He also went to the museum in New York. Now, these are real places. I've been to these places. I've been to the museum in New York. Great place to visit. Cloister Museum, not that special. Sadly. Nothing against it, just that it was okay. I've been to it a couple years after the book came out, and I thought it was okay. Surprisingly, when I got into DC Comics, this run was actually coming at that point in time. I didn't read at that point, but I did read a little bit later. Yep. And mostly, but basically, like he runs it like in the first day he runs into Superman. He's at the park, like talking to him, like I think his police officer like, "Hey, this park closed 4 hours." He's like, "Wait, Superman, Nightwing," and he takes a picture with Superman. He even takes the whole picture. He punches Superman, which I thought was quite funny. Go ahead, Tomasi, for throwing some humor in here. And of course, by the very end, well, getting toward the end of the book, basically, it's revealed that what happened, Final Crisis, is affecting the Nightwing books. The book has to end. So basically, now we go back to basically the book does continue in a couple issues, in a couple of books after this one. It was like an issue of Batman and Detective Comics, which does lead into the events of Battle for the Cowl, which has at the end of it, Nightwing become the new Batman. But yeah, this storyline is just also in the opening story. He also has a thing with Talia, like not like sexual per se. He has encounters with her because apparently, like he's told that he needs to work with her. Of course, reports to protection. Yeah, the whole thing with the Great Leap. That mostly deals with Two-Face mostly. Protecting from a girlfriend of his, and then when you think she died, nope, she actually faked her death. But yeah, this is great. This is a great story. This is great set of issues for Nightwing. I'm glad DC did this. I kind of wish they would basically do more trades for Nightwing. They collect issues from his volume for a second volume, like new printings of it. Like these issues were released originally in two separate trades, and here they just combine them to one. Okay, cool. I think the reason is Peter Tomasi is on good terms with DC, unlike Chuck Dixon. Alright, next up is something that's fairly recent. We have Task Force Z, Volume 1, Death's Door. Excuse me. This collects the first 6 issues of Task Force Z, along with backup stories from the comics 1040, 1043. Those issues there are simply the backdoor pilot to this series. Now, Task Force C is a group assembled by this guy called Mr. Crispin, who basically recruits Red Hood to lead his group of zombies, who is comprised of, get this, Bane, the Arkham Knight, who is a woman, yes, not the one from the video game. We also have Mr. Bloom. Yeah, he's here. Man-Bat. There's a woman named Hana here too. She's nothing really good. Basically, anybody who's died in Batman comics in the last year are basically part of this group. And at one point, they run into Mr. Freeze, and of course they get their hands on more of the drug that basically revives them. And then they get all their faculties back. Well, in the case of Arkham Knight, she became fully restore herself. Bane gets mostly restored himself. Oh, and about halfway through these issues, issue 3, it's found Mr. Crispus is actually Two-Face. No, seriously. Now you're probably thinking, what the heck does Two-Face have anything to do with Jason Todd? Barely anything. I thought it was a really cool reveal. And in fact, this is not even a government-sanctioned group, just basically a drug company. Also, he needs his own team, so... Like, he needs someone on the team he can trust. So he recruits frickin' Deadshot. Yes, he revives Deadshot. I think got killed off in the pages of Tom Taylor's Suicide Squad. Yeah, brings him back as a frickin' zombie. Yep. And of course, apparently this is something that Deborah, this was a reporter he was working with. Like, this was a story she had to set up because he was part of this group. And apparently he can't even leave the prison. It's also this woman who's kind of similar to a woman from the pages of Grayson. Where, like, apparently she enjoys seeing the main character completely naked. Like, and she has a couple times, did you spy me in the shower again? Also, there's this weird mark on his back that I don't remember seeing that before on him. Maybe because basically I don't see his back very much in the comics. Apparently he's got this big, this burn mark on his upper back. Like, where the heck did this come from? I don't know. It's kind of weird. But this book is really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I do like the fact that they got back their faculties. And, well, in the case of Bane, I remember basically what he was and what happened. He's like, we see him on the rooftop with Jason Todd. He's like, you know why I have to do this? Yes. This is for Alfred. Because Bane killed Alfred in the City of Bane story arc. Actually, he came up at the very start of it. So he throws up a building, and then basically Bane gets part of a group with Two-Face. Yeah. Yeah, Two-Face forms a splinter group of Task Force Z. Yeah, but this book really... Also, the whole thing with Mr. Bloom, like, you're probably thinking, like, how the heck is this guy alive? I thought he died at the end, toward the end of Scott Snyder's run for Batman. They actually wrote it here, he did not die. He was captured, and he was imprisoned by this group that basically have formed the Task Force Z group. Interesting idea. And by the way, the first person this group goes after is Crazy Quilt. Yes, seriously. And Man-Bat tries to eat him because he's a zombie, of course. But this book, really good. I thoroughly enjoy this. Like, who would have thunk, though, that basically you have a group of people where, like... Now, in the case of Arkham Knight herself, her dying part of this was kind of weird. Like, revealing that she was dead, which is completely out of the blue, because she was just in, basically, Tomasi's, I think it was the second story he did, which was after issue 1000, where she was seen alive, and here she's dead. Yeah, she's actually one they don't really explain how she died. Man-Bat, they at least show how he died. Same thing with Bane. But Arkham Knight, not really. It's kind of weird. But this book is really good. I give this book a 9.5 out of 10. Matthew Rosberg does a great job with this book. Yeah, he even writes the backup story for Detective Comics, which leads into this one. Now, the artwork here is done by Eddie Barrows. Good choice. The guy's really good. I met him in person. And Matthew Rosenberg. The artwork for main books is also by Kieran McKillen and Jack Herbert. The artist for backup stories is done by Derek Robinson. I didn't talk much about the backup stories because I've technically discussed these backup stories before when they were originally collected in the main Detective Comics trades. Yep. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this particular review. Next up is going to be One Piece. And who knows what after that, okay? Next video. Bye.